Hey guys, welcome to the Green on Green podcast. I'm your host, Rob.
And I'm Zach.
Today we're going to be recapping week one of the 2022 NFL season. We're going to go through an Eagles and Jets recap, reactions on that. Then we're going to touch on Tyreek Hill and what he said about Mike McDaniel. And then we're going to go on to, is Kirk Cousins actually an MVP candidate? And then we're going to go into our games to watch for next week. So I'm Rob. I'm a Eagles fan. And Zach over there is
Very sad Jets fan.
indeed. All
Very,
right.
very sad.
First off, let's go start off with you, Zach. What do you think of this week's Jets game?
Bloody horrendous. Um, I will say this though. I think the Jets would have beaten the Ravens if Joe Flacco wasn't our quarterback. Dude just looked like he wasn't motivated. He just did not want to be there, like at all. And you could see just by the way his play skills were. Like all we needed, realistically, we had a defense that held Baltimore down. All we needed was just another two touchdowns, and we could have beaten them, or at least tied it up and go into overtime. Because that defense we got, man, that defense is gonna be good, I think. And I was watching our secondary, particularly the new guys, Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed. I think Sauce shut down any time he was put on anyone. I don't think he allowed like anyone make catch or nothing. And if he did, maybe it was like once or twice, which that's like impressive for a rookie debut. And DJ Reed giving him the assistance that he needs on the other side of the field as well too. So I think the secondary for the Jets that I've been complaining about for God knows how many years has finally been fixed and it's moving in the right direction. Front seven still looks like it hasn't really lost a step from last year. So yeah, it really comes down to who's going to be snapping at quarterback next week, and I want Mike White. That's my opinion of the Jets this week.
I mean, it's just the inevitable. Mike White's going to show up again.
The man, the myth, the legend needs to come back already.
Give him the starting job. Why not? All right. I'm going to get into my Eagles real quick. Look, man, I love the game. It was a good heart pounder. I mean, look, I'm like everyone else in the nation, or anyone really who watched Hard Knocks and fell in love with the Lions over this past off season. So it was difficult for me to kind of be like, all right, love you guys, but like I love the Eagles more, and I'm really happy that they came out with the win. Uh, AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts are going to be such a threat on the field. I wish Devontae Smith would have kind of gotten some more catches, but like, man, there's a reason why they always say that AJ Brown is always open. They gave him that always open sign. He made some impressive catches. Uh, on the defensive side of the ball, I really enjoyed seeing Epps and Slay. I really was impressed with this one hit from Epps. That I just watched that and it's fucking so good. It's the reason I love football. And then Slay got really good picks. The defense was fantastic. And the Lions played their heart out, which I always appreciate.
That's the crazy thing
So
about Detroit. It's like Detroit has like this astronomical like losing history for God knows how many years. But what's like mind-boggling is a lot of their losses come at like 3 points or less, or even like
yeah,
3 points to a touchdown or less. It's like they don't really get blown out. They always keep their games close. And
just
that's what I
like
saw
this one.
this week. It's like, yeah, Detroit. Oh, it's the same old Lions. I'm like, dude, they only lost by three, and they were hitting
They're good, and they
Hurts.
were dude.
They were
They had me on the
hitting.
dude. They were had me on my edge of my seat when they were coming back. But at
Yeah,
the end of the day, Eagles squeezed out a good win. I see a good future. I mean, we're gonna talk about next week's matchups later in the podcast. I really like what I'm seeing so far. I think Monday night football is going to be a good game. My favorite player. Real quick, who's your favorite player from the Jets last week?
Sauce. Dude shut down Andrews. I really don't know what else to say. Like anyone he covered that game was basically shut down. And it's been a long time since we've seen that. I mean, that's like God, I haven't seen a cornerback play like that, I think, since Revis.
Nice. For me on the Eagles end, it's I definitely enjoyed AJ Brown, but I want to kind of give it up to Slay because I really like Slay. I think he's a great guy. Kind of 50-50 on getting his jersey. And also Cox got a sat too. And I love Fletcher Cox.
He's still
So
he's still playing.
still
How
playing. He's still
old
there,
is
man.
he?
He's old as You are making me look that up.
Yeah, because he's been around for a long time.
31 years old, so not surprisingly that old.
Nah, in the terms of NFL player, he's old, but
He's
like
in reality, he's not that old.
in
But
reality, to us, he's not old, but like in NFL terms, he's old. But like, dude still
yeah,
plays at an all pro level.
yeah. So definitely impressed with this team. So on our next topic, we're going to go over to the top games of the week. These are games that we've watched aside from our teams that we just thought we really enjoyed. Let's talk about
I'd say we start off with Steelers and Cincinnati, and that game was a thriller. But like, I think the Bengals are Super Bowl hungover. Like that Super Bowl
definitely
loss, they're still hungover from it.
same. Well, I mean the Rams are also Super Bowl hungover too.
Well,
So like
the Rams are a different case, and I'll tell you why the Rams are a different case. Before we start going off on the Bengals
yeah,
hangover, the Rams hangover is really because Matthew Stafford's arm is screwed up right now, and
okay.
his throwing technique is completely out of whack. That's why they like even though Cooper Kupp was out there doing crazy, like his throwing technique is not probably gonna not improve probably till about week 5 or week 6. That elbow of his is messed up, or whatever it was that's injured him that he got surgically fixed. But the thing is though with the Bengals, because the Bengals, I think they got like
They were close, man.
they were
Like,
close. I mean, it could have been anyone's game. That's the thing
dude,
that drives
that
me
all that
crazy.
game proved is why even the like unpopular positions like long snapper, especially in the Bengals case, are still important on a football field,
Any
no matter
positions,
what.
you gotta understand. People seem to understand
Any
football
position's
is a team
important,
sport. Yeah,
yeah.
football is a team sport. It's not a
But like
single.
everyone's like, but nobody gives like the proper respect to the long snapper. But when it comes down to, they got to kick a field goal to win, and they had the backup long snapper, probably didn't
Yeah,
get many reps in
there was
practice.
I
You
think
can see how it affects the game.
four
Yeah.
four times the Steelers could have won it, or
No,
the
you mean
four times
Bengals.
both teams they could have won it. But that's the thing though. Like Burrow though, Joe Burrow did not look good to me. He threw four
Yeah, he had
picks,
4 picks.
four picks. I think he was sacked what 7 times they say. Hold on, let me check. One,
Yeah.
two,
Definitely was not
six
his
times.
game
It was
though.
6 times. 6 times he was sacked according to the. Oh no, 7-7. Okay, here's the seventh one. Yeah, he was sacked 7 times. Now here's my thing with him getting sacked 7 times. It's ironically, the same thing that benefited him because it allowed him. Remember last year they had like the worst O line. I think he was sacked like 60 something times over the course of the season.
Yeah.
And that's like what benefited them though too, because then it allowed him to get that ball out fast. But like now they exposed him. Now all that money and all that work going into the O-line, I don't think it paid off. However, it is Pittsburgh.
It
Pittsburgh
is
has a
Pittsburgh.
good defense, no matter
Yeah.
how they are. Their defense is always good, especially that front four. They always figured out how to work that front four. So I can always give a little, like I can give a little bit of leniency because it's like, yeah, you got sacked 7 times, but you also got sacked by a team who's consistently probably like top 5 for like the last 15 years in like the front seven.
Yeah.
Because Pittsburgh, like, because I remember growing up, all my year was always about Pittsburgh's defense, Pittsburgh, and it's the
Well,
story
Pittsburgh's
has,
always been known for their defense.
yeah, and the steel curtain. You might say
Yeah.
more. That's literally been the whole team's legacy. So I can give Burrow a little leniency on like taking the 7 hits from arguably one of a team that's always had a great front, but you can't let that happen still, you know?
And another thing too, I want to bring up real quick is that Chase catch where he was just tippy toeing on the edge of the line and it was ruled out of bounds. Everyone who had like looked at that catch afterwards, like apparently there was a lot of refs and a lot of TV people were like, "Yeah, no, that was a catch," huh? But instead of challenging it, which they had the opportunity to, for some reason Zach Taylor was like, "We're not doing that. We're just going to go on to the next play." Which I wish they would have challenged it because I mean, the Bengals probably would have won if they did.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. Is that the one where he had it on the line?
Yeah, it was like it honestly really could have gone either way from first look if it was a catch or out of bounds. But I thought it was a catch.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah, I don't know, man. It's just weird though, because I'm looking at the breakdown of the Steelers Bengal, and it's just like punt, touchdown, and then like a bunch of other nonsense, and then miss field goal, miss field goal, miss field goal, miss
Again,
field goal.
why long snappers are important.
Yeah,
Team sport, baby.
Yeah, that's why the Jets, I think, for like I think 2 or 3 years, we had like one of the best kicking averages of the whole league with I think it was Jason Myers who had like the perfect kicking setup, which sucked because it was during the years when we couldn't do anything anyways.
Mhm.
It's like we have like the best kicker, we have the best long snapper, can't do shit.
Let's move on to Chargers versus Raiders. That was also a good game.
I
Uh,
enjoyed it. I
I
honestly
really
thought
think the Chargers are going to do something this year. I was really impressed by everybody.
I yeah, the only thing that sucked is Keenan Allen might be injured.
No,
But it might be for a game or two. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think they
look that up.
disclosed his full injury
Let's wait on that for a
yet.
bit.
Because the problem is, they got to play Kansas City on 15th
Thursday night
Thursday
football.
night football.
We'll talk
So
about that in a bit, but
so that's the only downside I see to the Chargers outside of that game is they lost Keenan Allen. I don't know how badly, but still, it was a thriller. I honestly thought the Raiders were going to do it. I thought they were going to make that comeback. You know, because it
against
was great. Because I don't know if you noticed this or not, but I think there was more Raider fans in that stadium than there was Chargers.
yeah, Chargers still have an attendance problem, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Or well, it's also the Raiders too, because remember,
well,
as someone who's currently living in Los Angeles, there's still an abundance of Raiders fans here.
that's why they should have never moved them.
Still a good diehard fan base here,
Yeah,
which
it's
I respect. But
ridiculous. It's like it's crazy though how what they even did with that team, but that's another story for another day.
yeah, it's different.
Um, yeah, no, what I took away from that Chargers Raiders game though was I thought Derek Carr was gonna light it up that game. I think Derek Carr is still gonna light it up this year. But like I think getting used to Devontae Adams for the first time, I think he did a good
In a
job.
while, remember they played together in college.
Yeah, I mean it's been like what 7 years.
I think so. Yeah.
It's been a long time. I remember watching Derek Carr when we were in college. You know,
Yeah.
so that was a close one. That was definitely a close one.
Still a good game though. All right, we're moving on to the quote unquote revenge games. Uh,
Panthers were robbed.
yeah,
That's all I'm gonna
I really
say.
don't.
Panthers were
I really don't.
robbed.
I
Baker
really don't want to talk about that one that much, but yeah.
Baker should have won. Then again, though, it kind of goes to prove to my point that Baker can't win no matter what the hell he has, no matter what he gets.
Let's wait a little more on the season though before we start making such harsh
Oh yeah,
judgments. But
I'm calling it now
uh,
though. Sam Darnold gets traded to Dallas. I'm calling it now since we're around the topic
you
of the
know what? Fuck it.
Panthers.
You know what? I could see that. I Now that you mentioned it, I could see it
Yeah,
because Dak is unfortunately injured,
be a busted hand
and
for like
I
5 to 8
and I mean that
weeks.
because I don't like knocking on people when they're injured. I'm not that kind of guy.
I'm like
So
the only person I think inside our friend group that like is not a Cowboy fan but likes the Cowboys.
no, this is sacrilege. I'm gonna
This is
go.
sacrilege.
I'm gonna go fly back to New Jersey and go yell at you.
That's fine. I'll beat you with my gangrene stick.
I'll fight you in the what parking lot do you want to get in a fight in?
No, somewhere in Hoboken.
We'll join the cab drivers union.
Yeah, that's still a great name, dude. You
uh,
should have heard me when we were at the draft party for that, and they're like,
oh,
"What's the name?"
real quick, explain to the fine people listening what the Hoboken cab drivers union
It's the
is for you,
name of
Zach.
my beautiful fantasy team, and it's a photo of Aaron Rodgers when he was doing that one interview where he had like the mullet and the what the hell are those called? The sweatshirt that has like the flannel on the outside. You know
I
what I
don't know
mean.
the exact. I know I kind of have an idea what you're talking about, but I know
I
what
mean,
you
if you
mean.
look at my photo, you'll see what it is. He looks like a Hoboken cab driver. Um, that's beside the point. What was I gonna say?
Back to our top
Oh,
revenge
yeah,
games.
yeah. So revenge games. What other revenge games were there
There was
besides?
the Broncos and Seahawks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I just watched that, bro. I am sold on Geno Smith right now.
yeah.
He's
Like
not
the
gonna
minute he
put up.
leaves the Jets, he finally gets an actual start. He proved himself, and I'm really happy for him. I
It's
like seeing a good
you
comeback.
could see it too that he works with that system. Granted, after watching the highlights of that game, Denver should have won. Denver should have
Yeah,
beaten them
because
by like 2 touchdowns, but
they
they
still will
screwed
not
up.
let Russ cook, and that's been the main criticism online.
Yeah. So, but that's another thing. Denver should have won that game, and Geno Smith, like I was looking at him, like he was 23 for 28 with 195 yards, I think 1 TD, 2 TDs, which growing up as a Jets fan with knowing Geno Smith, dude, that's a big step.
Yeah.
And that's what happens, I think, when you finally give him a proper coach, because he's been around the entire damn league, almost like Ryan Fitzpatrick. And now he actually, I think, has like a proper coach, proper team. He's not on a team that's like stuck in a rebuild. Well, ironically, Seattle is in a rebuild though, but like they're not as bad as some other teams are because they still have weapons.
They're
They
still
haven't.
a functioning
They're
organization,
still a
yeah.
functioning team. They haven't sold off all their assets yet, but like their rebuild's actually not that bad. It's not going to be no Legion of. It's not no
I
Legion of
mean,
Boom level yet, but
I
it's
mean,
like,
they're on top of their division right now, so that's pretty good
well,
for a
yeah,
rebuild. Granted, it's only been week 1,
yeah, it's
so
week 1. Of course, everyone's on top of the division. The fucking Eagles are on top of your division right now.
hell yeah.
Fucking
And look,
bums.
everyone in my division won except for the Cowboys, so it was a good week. All right,
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe the Giants won. I thought
I know, right?
that's weird. I saw the stats for that. I was like, what the fuck?
They won an away game too. Man, any given Sunday.
But yeah, no, that Broncos Seahawks game, dude. Do you know who I liked the most watching that game?
Oh,
Was the Broncos tight end. I think it's Beck. Dude, I was watching that guy. Like he's either blocking or he's catching, but that dude got it. Like I haven't seen a player like a tight end play like he has in a while. And I was watching it, I was like, dude, he's out there like he can do anything. He can block, he can catch. You know, he's like one of them high tight ends I haven't yet seen in a while that can do both, and they can actually do it almost almost at a good level. Another point I wanted to bring up, I forgot to tell you about this.
all right, go
Um,
on.
Niners and Bears. Guess what the people are
Oh,
saying? And what did
bring
I
back Jimmy
say?
G. You know,
What did
you
I
said it
say?
before.
What did I say?
For context, viewer, Zach was not totally sold on Trey Lance. He's a Jimmy Gier.
Told you. They're saying
I don't
put
know.
Jimmy G in. Trey Lance is not it.
I'm
And
all just saying it's week 1. Let's give it some
it's
time.
week 1, but like I said before, the problem I have is like they're trying to push Trey Lance, okay? But you still have Jimmy G on his contract. So
And he's
play
just sitting
Jimmy
on.
G and let Trey
He's
Lance sit.
he's sitting in the locker room, just waiting for a start again.
I don't get
Like
it.
I, I see if this season continues to go badly that they're going to have to throw Jimmy G in.
They're good. They're going to. They might be
No,
throwing him in next week if they have to. Like, how are you gonna sit there and tell me that this is our franchise quarterback, and yet the guy goes out playing like that? Come on. Meanwhile, Jimmy G, he probably would have won that game. He probably would have got you like an extra 2 or 3 touchdowns. You know?
yeah,
Unless there's just some serious problems going on with the Niners, I don't understand what
no.
is going on with that team. Unless there's a lot of infighting with Jimmy G, where they just want him out because he's like a locker room cancer or something.
Which there's no reports of, from what I can
No,
tell.
as far as we know, there's not.
Yeah, as far as we're
Eh,
just two dudes complaining about sports. We're not in any
Yeah,
locker.
yeah, yeah.
We
We're
we
not
do
those.
not have a
We're
single
not Ian
press
Rappaport.
pass. Yeah, we don't have spies in NFL locker.
We're not Belichick.
All
um,
right.
what other game that was? Let's see what other games they got this week
Uh,
that were.
well,
Uh,
we're gonna go on to our next week hype. Right after we get through the news stories real quick.
all right. What we got? What we got?
We well, let's talk about my favorite quote from the week, which is Tyreek Hill going talking about Mike McDaniel, the current coach of the Miami Dolphins, saying that he's going to need a wheelbarrow for his nuts, which I love. If we're going to talk about another game too, I mean, Miami Dolphins beat the Patriots 20-7. I know people like to go around saying, "Oh, but they were playing in Miami." Still, they still won 20-7 against the Pats.
Yeah, for some reason
Which I
the
mean,
Patriots do not do good in Miami.
it's a funny thing I've heard because apparently they went down, like New England went down to Miami to like adapt to the heat a couple days beforehand. You know, like how players like if they travel a bunch, they won't go exactly on that Saturday, but they'll go on like a Wednesday or a
Yeah,
Thursday
and it's
just
like
to
to
get
get used to
acclimated. They do that
yeah,
with the
fuck.
international games. They tried doing that in Miami apparently, but what Miami did, what was smart, was they wore the white jerseys, which on basic science lesson from a guy who majored in cinema studies, you get less hot wearing white than you do darker clothing. It's like whiter, brighter clothing contains less heat.
Yeah.
Some fancier science shit. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Uh
Well, black and dark color absorbs heat. White kind of like
yeah.
reflects it.
Yeah,
Kind of.
but
It like
basically
doesn't absorb it as bad.
you're cooler when you're wearing brighter and whiter clothing.
That's why
That's
I
basically
suffer.
what I'm
That's why I
getting at.
suffer, and I wear black all the time.
We're just secretly two goth girls. God damn it.
Yeah. Let me get my leggings
Yeah.
on.
Get my get
Let me get
my
my let me get my
uh
goth fishnets on.
let me go buy a not a used coffin, but go make a
Fucking
coffin
Jesus fucking
in
Christ.
the
All
basement.
right, let's
All
continue
right.
on this before we get banned.
Anywho, it doesn't even help because we're literally going to see MCR next week. There's no like actual protection for either of us.
No, there isn't. I gotta
No,
wash all my I gotta wash all my black clothing.
dude.
I'm wearing my
I just
I'm gonna look like what I did in like what like 10 years ago,
I'm gonna have to
which I
buy
still look the
eyeliner.
same now. No, I'm not wearing no
I'm
fucking
gonna
eyeliner.
oh, I'll wear eyeliner.
You're gonna wear
You think I won't
eyeliner?
do it? No, but yeah.
You fucking damn Eagles fan, and your eyeliners.
Ah, yeah, I'm gonna be jamming it the fuck out of that concert. All right.
Hell yeah.
Anywho, again, I'm good for Miami. Good for Mike McDaniel's. Again, I like what Tyreek Hill said. I just thought it was fun. Anything to say about your coach? I didn't watch this game, so I can't really say much about it. We're the generation that grew up with Tom Brady and the Pats winning about every every Super Bowl ever. So it's just
He didn't
nice.
even. I wasn't even impressed by how he looked in the Dallas game.
I mean, he somehow won that game. That game was boring. Which, by the way, another Cowboys stat, quote unquote, is Cowboys were the only team in the NFL not to score a touchdown this week.
Damn. I mean, to be fair, when your quarterback breaks his hand, what the hell do you expect?
To be fair, yeah.
Don't worry, dude. Andy Dalton's gonna be the Lord and Savior that they always need.
Jesus. God, he's
The
still on
Dak,
the
the
Cowboys.
yeah, the Dak Peyton Man. What was it? Oh yeah, the Peyton Manning. Dak is gonna be the next Peyton Manning with the Super Bowl story. You know,
Say that.
when he
Don't,
went
don't say
down,
that.
when he went down, Andy Dalton's gonna step in and be the Brock Osweiler,
Don't.
and then
You're
like,
gonna
and then right
Zach.
before,
You're gonna give me nightmares. I'm gonna have to hug my teddy bear tonight if you
it's
keep saying that
fine.
stuff.
I hope Dallas does.
Uh,
I hope fucking Dallas does
uh,
make it back to the Super Bowl. It's been a long time.
I'm gonna have to squeeze my gritty stuffed animal
Oh, look at
and then
you.
wake. Yeah.
Do you need me to hold you too?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a warmed cheesesteak to to, to help me fall
Man,
asleep after
this is
that
gonna be
nightmare.
great. Like I might just start harassing you by being a fake Cowboys fan
Don't
just to
just
mind
to
fuck.
squeeze out more content out of me. Yeah, sure, go
Yeah,
for it. Fuck it.
exactly, to make you cry. Like, yeah, I'm a
I'll,
Jets fan, but I like
I
torturing him saying I support the
ooh,
Cowboys.
I'll be a fake Miami Dolphins fan.
Oh my god, that doesn't affect me though.
What does it?
It doesn't. Like I'm not scared of Miami like you are of Dallas. I'm not scared of
Well, you
New
know,
England like you
for
are of
starters,
Dallas.
I was just joking around here,
Buffalo,
but
I'm not even scared of. Because you know why? The
well,
Jets freaking suck, and our division hasn't been a bloodbath in like 50 fucking years.
I'll find something. Don't worry. I'll start paying for people to figure out your MO. There we go.
Yeah, start paying for my OF.
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 Oh, OnlyFans. No, I'm not.
Buy my
No.
feet pick.
Anywho, because I'm not paying for that. I'm not. I mean, if you want to start an OnlyFans, that's all on you. I'm not paying for shit.
Times are tough, man.
When the whole tires business doesn't work out, you're just gonna go send your feet pics.
Yeah, do it like a man.
All right, we gotta. But this is
What?
gonna squeeze into our final topic of the week. But because they're actually gonna be a better transition. People are calling for Kirk Cousin to be MVP. Of, I
I think with
mean,
that logic, Geno Smith should be MVP. Carson Wentz should be MVP.
yeah, I mean, there's some people that are like, oh, there
Russ
was
should not be MVP.
apparently two members of the national media picked him to be MVP in 2022. I'm not sold on him yet at all, really. I didn't watch the Vikings game. I made the mistake of having two Green Bay Packers players, in particular Aaron Rodgers, and I forgot who the other guy was. Aaron Jones.
Well,
Um,
that's the problem with like Green Bay's offense right now is I thought they would at least have something, and it doesn't seem to be the case because Aaron Rodgers is literally trying to be Aaron Rodgers. But
yeah. But that one, there was that video of that one receiver. He could
he
barely
should have
catch
should have
that.
dropped. He
Perfect
should have
ball.
caught that. I could have caught that, and I can't catch.
I wouldn't have been able to catch that. I have too much of Butterfinger.
Yeah, we know because you're an Eagles fan.
No, because I suck at.
As I say this, looking at discounted Jets stuff already on the NFL shop, they already got like 40% off everything after one game.
Uh,
God, dude, Jarrett Judy though, man, like watching that Broncos game, dude, he might be MVP too. Make everyone an MVP. Why not?
hey, it's the MVP trophy is now the new participation trophy. You showed up. Good job. All right. This kind of transitions to our oh, in short, I'm not sold on it yet.
realistically, we're on the top of who can be MVP. Who do you think could be MVP?
I am
Just
not
judging by
making
week
any.
one performance. Because I'll say it right now.
All right, go for it.
Carson Wentz.
I didn't watch any of his footage yet, but from what I've heard, he's done pretty well.
He did pretty damn good in that game. Like, yeah, Josh Allen did pretty damn good this week too, but Carson Wentz. Because I think Carson Wentz had less to work with than Josh Allen.
Yeah, at least Josh Allen has weapons. Who on the Commanders is aside from like Terry McGillen, I think that's how you say his name, is an actual like weapon.
That wide receiver Dotson they got.
Yeah,
And
actually,
Antonio
yeah,
Gibson. Antonio Gibson's a weapon too.
yeah.
Like,
I don't
he's
know, I'm
very versatile.
as someone who's spent a lot of time rooting for Carson Wentz, I'm not sold on that yet. I don't like making these predictions week one.
I don't know. I know they were talking about in
So
Indianapolis. They were saying like working with Carson Wentz was like working with like a half-ass fucking toy that's like breaks every time you touch it. Like they were not happy with him
no,
in Indy.
well, especially towards the end when he messed up that whole game on with Jacksonville.
Yeah, but Indies are cursed to not beat Jackson week 17. They're like cursed to just never win. I don't know why.
I mean, apparently they're cursed week one because they tied with Texans, which was the surprise of the
Yeah,
week.
then they got rid of Blankenship.
Yeah, I
What
think
a
he was
name!
injured.
What a name that is.
He's probably going to get picked up by somebody. He's
Jets.
too likable.
Uh,
Uh,
maybe the Steelers because Boswell can't. It takes Boswell to like 6
Actually,
attempts
if
to
we're
make
gonna
a
have
field goal.
to make baseless MBB claims, I'm already putting in Younghoe Koo because that man scored me 18 points in fantasy
That
and he's my
dude
MVP.
led. That dude led that fantasy leagues.
I'm telling you, man, always get a good kicker.
Oh, I know. That's why I took Harrison Burke and he snapped his fucking ankle.
But yeah, Younghoe Koo for MVP. I will wait until week two or probably week four realistically.
I don't know. I'm trying to get
We're more substantial claims. Then.
yeah. I'm trying to get David Connor off of our buddy because apparently, you know, he needs a good halfback. So I'm like, okay, you need a halfback? Trade me Connor then.
The person who will not be named. We'll see how that goes.
You already told me to go f myself.
I know. Hey, I'm sticking with Ajay Pachenko because us Rutgers grads got to stick together. I feel
I
like
don't
he's
know
going to make sense.
why you go out of all the halfbacks you can go with in the entire league, you pick a second string halfback from Kansas City just because he's from Rutgers. You
No,
better
because
pray.
he actually made. I could because here's the thing: if I was just going to go with Rutgers grads who were drafted last year, I would have also gotten Bo Melted. But apparently there wasn't great things said about him coming out of training camp. Ajay Pachenko, there was a lot of great stuff coming out of that from that man. So I'm gonna. He's kind of like my investment. You know what I
You
mean?
better pray that Clyde Edwards-Helaire snaps both his ankles.
Well, one, I don't pray for players to get injured.
I know,
So
but like I just don't see the logic behind that.
I have a feeling, Zach. He
You
also
could
did
have,
pretty well last week. So
yeah, but Edwards-Helaire did better.
give him some time.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right. Excuse me. As I make, aside from my risky draft picks, we're gonna go transition to our thoughts for next week's games. For me, I'm excited. It's Monday Night Football. The aforementioned Vikings with their MVP candidate Kirk Cousins versus my Eagles. I'm excited. You know, as if all this talk about Kirk Cousins being good, I'm hoping it's going to be a good game. We got a good defense, so it's going to be a nice matchup there. Not to mention Jalen Hurts playing at home with AJ Brown, this is AJ Brown's first home game as an Eagle, and that's exciting. I'm hoping for the Eagles to win, but in reality, I'm just really hoping for a good game here.
I got Chargers Chiefs. That game's gonna be that game's gonna be a damn good game.
Oh, that too, but we
That's
got to
gonna
talk
be
about
like a that's
who are
gonna
your Jets facing this next week.
Cleveland.
What do you think?
I don't know at this point. I hope we win, but I doubt we're gonna win. I think we're gonna start off like 0-4, and I wasted $35 watching the Bengals. I'm sorry, the Jets and Bengals.
I mean, still, man, $35 is not bad for tickets.
No, it's not. But parking's gonna be a disaster. Yeah, no, dude.
Yes.
The only thing we got going for us is the fact that the Browns are running with Jacoby Brissett. But I want Mike White. We want Mike White. All the fans want Mike White. Give him a shot because clearly the statue Joe Flacco ain't doing shit. This is literally what it is. He's like a goddamn statue.
When is Zach Wilson expect to come back?
Week 4 against the Steelers. His thing
Oh,
got
man.
delayed by like 4 weeks. I was like, what the hell? Did you guys give him
Was
like
it
mono too while he was in there? Like, what the hell?
took him to a strip club or?
They probably didn't. He probably blew his wrist out, having fun with the dollar bills. He's over there.
At least he's not making it hail. You know what I mean? All right. Like we're gonna go back onto that Chargers Chiefs games. That one's gonna be a good game.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait to watch that.
Definitely gonna be a good game.
Excited for that one. And then there's I'm pulling up the schedule now. What else am I excited
We
about?
also got Packers and Bears this week. The battle of who's gonna be third place in the NFC North.
And I also think this is gonna be a good test for the Bears. See if they're actually gonna be good.
They only put up like 19 against the Niners. I don't know, man.
But
But
think
then
they didn't
again, no,
play
that
that.
Niners defense is always good.
So we'll see. But another one I'm kind of excited about is Bucks versus Saints.
Faves Jameis.
And you know what? I'm probably gonna end up watching this at some point. Is Commanders versus Lions. Just because let's see if Carson Wentz actually improved. And I really hope the Lions get a win here. So, I love that underdog mentality.
Yeah. Who the Lions playing this week?
I just said the Commanders.
That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah. What else? Any other thing you want to talk about real quick?
I think that's it.
All right.
I think that's all. Let me check.
Yeah, let's see if there's any like real quick hot news. I can just
good. That's good. Let's see who got arrested today. Got power rankings.
Okay. Funny story. You literally said who got arrested today. I was about to type in CBS Sports. Instead, I typed in CBS arrest instead.
Who got arrested?
Yeah, you're already getting in my head. Goddamn.
Good. I just can't believe the Broncos lost that damn game.
Yeah. I really wanted all these revenge people to get their quote unquote revenge, but
Geno Smith got his revenge on the entire league.
Yeah. I mean, good for Geno Smith, man. I always love a good underdog story and a good comeback. So, but I think that's really it. There's no real doesn't look like any hot gossip. I think we're gonna close it out.
All right, sounds good.
Give us a like and subscribe.
All right, have a good night.
All right, bye.